In the last class, we had started with this permissions concept. We had understood that with respect to receiving SMS in your phone. But yesterday, I could not show you how it was working because my emulator was acting mad. So right now, let me run the program once again. Let it get installed. I've uninstalled that app from my emulator right now. My emulator earlier had that issue of the launchers problem. Okay, that's why I was not able to go back and come in. So when I right now I'm launching this app. Okay, there should be a question coming to us. Okay, the SMS permission. I had denied it and kept in the beginning. Okay, so that's why I'm getting that message. But anyway, let me just go back. Please note that without writing in the manifest, you cannot call it in the code. See here, for example, you are saying check self permission manifest dot permission. So if it is not there in manifest, it automatically will be denied. I just deleted that for you to understand. When I run the app, it directly says users has denied the permission. Why? Because you have not even requested that in the manifest. So it is always recommended to keep these, even though we are targeting latest versions, you should always be reverse compatible to older versions. Now, please note, if at all I was deploying the same application in an older phone, which is lesser than Marshmallow, this is enough for my permissions to work. And my code, what I've written says after Marshmallow or from Marshmallow onwards. Okay, so I have to support both the phones. I cannot just say that I'm targeting only people who have Android 10 and 11 and all those things. I cannot give reverse compatibility, but you can always tell what is the minimum operating system your app should require. Okay, you can always tell that your phone should have this much operating system to install my application. I think Google Pay does that. It is told that only after this permissions came into the picture, Google Pay has started working, because it is a little bit more money oriented, isn't it? So they have a little bit restriction because more security is available from Marshmallow onwards. So obviously they would look for a higher version of Android, not the older versions. But anyway, based on the application which we are doing, we will change the requirement, but we'll always be looking to support older phones. Okay, because majority of them have that phone right now. Okay, probably in the future it might change, but always target the latest version, but always tell the minimum SDK as the maximum possible by you. Okay, in your system right now it is Jelly Bean. Jelly Bean is the least operating system my app supports. Highest is whatever is currently available, API level 30. Okay, remember that. So let me run the program once again now. After adding it in manifest as well as in the code, both are there right now. Let me run the activity once again. Okay, now please note in the code what I have written the code here in an activity on create of a main activity. So what if I don't require this permission in this activity, I require the permission in some other activity. Call it wherever you want. Okay, once a permission is given from one activity of a particular app, the entire app has the privilege. You need not keep on asking permissions in each and every activity in your app. Okay, please remember that. Now, you see that when my app is running right now, I'm getting a dialog. Okay, that's because, okay, I cancelled it. Let me just run it again. Okay, please note it requires on create because I've written the code in on create only. So if I press home button and come back to the app, it will not ask me whether I have permission or not. Now I've destroyed the activity. I'm trying to open it once again. Okay, so this code is getting executed. If it is greater than or equal to Marshmallow. Yes, it is greater than or equal to Marshmallow. It comes to the second if condition. Do you have permission to read SMS which I have asked in the manifest? No, I do not have. Okay, that's why I'm saying request the permission. So permission is being requested. If I click on allow or if I click on deny or click outside, whatever it is, it will be, since you have requested permission, whatever result or whatever response the user has given will be passed on to this method. That's what we saw in the theory part. So in this theory part, in this part of the code, I've just said that if the request code what I have sent and what you have getting here is the same, check whether the permission has been granted. If it is granted, toast saying that it is granted, otherwise say it's denied. So first let me just click on deny. Okay, what am I supposed to see? I'm supposed to see a toast which says SMS permission denied. So let me click on deny. So when I clicked on deny, I got a small toast saying that you have denied the permission which the activity has asked. Now I'm going to destroy the activity once again and launch the app once again. Again, the same code gets executed. My dialog still pops up because I have not given permission yet. Okay, so when I click on allow, what am I supposed to do? Okay, so once you click, this is only one time, guys, that's why I'm showing it slowly. Okay, once I click on allow, the toast will come. Next time onwards when you run, nothing will come. Okay, so let me click on allow, and I get a toast saying SMS permission granted. Now I'll destroy the activity and launch it once again. Okay, please note there is no difference. The system does not, it runs like as usual. It totally ignores the code what I've written here. Why? Because first if condition was satisfied, second if condition was not satisfied. The first if condition, is it greater than marshmallow? Yes. Okay, is the permission not granted? No, it is granted. So it comes out, it does not even execute this block. So you're not getting any request. And since this block of code was not executed, this entire block of code also will not get executed. I hope you follow that, right? So right now my permission has been granted for reading and sending SMS is what they have told. But basically I have only asked permission to receive and read SMS. Okay, so let me just go to the apps info. And I'll just see that whether any permissions have been granted. You can click on the permissions tab. You see that right now no permissions have been denied. One permission has been allowed, which is SMS. Okay, this is what I have done right now. Now, this is the part which we had discussed in the theory part, okay, which is so far we have finished intents, intent filters and permissions. I hope this is clear to you guys. Now, I've taken an example as SMS, but please note there are so many other permissions which you should request based on your application. We'll be doing it in each and every program, but I'll not go so in depth of permissions anymore because I've already given 1 or 2 classes for this exactly, specifically for permissions. So next class onwards, when I do this code, please do get the idea or try this before even you come to that particular program. Okay, so now let me go to the next part. Okay, tomorrow's I think tomorrow Wednesday we have a 2 hours lab. Okay, so at that time I thought I'll do the complete program of that OTP. So this class I will just build up whatever is required for that particular class tomorrow. Okay, so in order to receive an SMS, okay, once an SMS comes to your phone and I want to read that SMS, and from that SMS I would like to only take the OTP. Okay, now there is a big condition here. I need to listen, because while my app is running, I need to put a receiver out there, because once an SMS comes to my phone will send a broadcast. My phone will send a signal saying that I have received an SMS to all its apps. Okay, my app should be able to receive that and then respond. Okay, so only that part I'll do today. Tomorrow we will put all these things together. I thought if I can just show you how to work with to receive an SMS and how to show how to confirm or alert dialogue with the user. Okay, all these things I thought I'll do today so that tomorrow we can put all these together to make one lab record program. Okay, so let me just start. First of all, please note all my target is in main activity. Okay, let me see the design. Design just has one label. Now what I want you to do is, as soon as an SMS comes to my phone, I want you to read that SMS, put the SMS text message, that content of that SMS in this label. That's all I want. Okay, so I'll reduce the size of this label just a minute. Okay, so let me just keep it as large, not too big. Okay, but it will be visible. So I just want to put the labels text as whatever the SMS has come to my phone. How do I do it? Okay, let's go step by step. Number one, if an SMS comes to my phone and I would like to know that SMS has come, okay, first of all, I should be able to get the permission to receive SMS. Okay, please note, I need to get the permission to receive an SMS into or through my app. Okay, SMS comes to the SMS app, but once the SMS reaches my phone, a broadcast has been sent through the phone, and whoever wants to listen to that broadcast will be able to receive it. Okay, so first of all, I need to get permission. I've already done that. My app has the permission to receive SMS. Okay, that's the first step. After receiving the SMS, the broadcast receiver just will send that signal to your app. Now what your app should do, your app should go and read that SMS. Please get the keywords, guys. I'm telling 2 keywords here. First is receive SMS. Okay, so as soon as an SMS reaches my phone, I should be able to, I should be able to get that broadcast, because as soon as an SMS comes, my system will send a broadcast. I would like to receive that broadcast. Okay, and receive specifically a broadcast with respect to SMS alone. Okay, that's the first permission I have taken. Second permission is that, okay, I have understood that SMS has come, but now what is my concern or what is my logic here? I want to read that SMS. What is written in that SMS? I want to read it. So the next permission says read SMS. First receive the SMS, get the permission, okay, and make sure that my app is identifying, or my app is able to recognize that an SMS has reached my phone. And the next thing is my app should read that SMS and display it in my app itself. How do I do this? Okay, number one, permission, that we have already done. Number two is the broadcast receiver. Okay, I need to add a broadcast receiver, number one, and I have to do it the second way of what I've discussed in the class. Please remember, two types I've told you. One, map it in the manifest and call it here in the receiver directly. Second one is you cannot do it in manifest anymore. You will have to write it in code, and it has to be part of an activity because it's right now the permissions or the security feature. Okay, I showed this in the previous class of broadcast. Please go and refer that video, in which I've done two types. One emulator ran an older version of Android in which the same code worked, which I wrote in the manifest, but that code did not work in the recent emulator, which has Android 11 or 10. Okay, it is not working. The reason is because securities have been improved. Your app, unless it is running, or the in the background, at least if it is not running, okay, receivers will not work in the recent version. Okay, but if I write the second way of broadcast receiver, it will work in any phone. Okay, so obviously we should see a way in which all the phones are supported, because I would like to cover as much as people as possible. Okay, so let me go back. Let me just create a new project. In the last class, when I just demonstrated that, I used to create the broadcast receiver in the main activity itself. It's not recommended because right now my code is very small, but later the code might become bigger. So writing everything in one file is not at all recommended. So let me just right click on the app and add a new receiver. Okay, this is not my lab record program, guys. This is just a demonstration of the concepts. Tomorrow we'll be doing the lab record program. Okay, so let me go to other and choose broadcast receiver. Let me name it as SMS receiver. Okay, tomorrow also I'll be naming it the same way, but here I'm not going to do the OTP. I'm just going to read the SMS. Okay, let me click on finish. So I'm created, or already created a receiver which extends from broadcast receiver. So right now I have a component which will listen for a broadcast. Which broadcast to listen and all those things I will tell it in the main activity through the code. I'll not touch the manifest this time. Okay, so let me go to the main activity, and please remember, as soon as the broadcast receiver receives the broadcast which you ask it to listen to, okay, just like a radio, guys, please remember that just because I have a radio with me, I will not be listening to all the stations at the same time. Okay, I'll have to tune into a particular station what I like. Okay, so that is what I'm going to do. I have a receiver right now. It's not listening to anything because it is just a broadcast receiver. It's ready. Okay, now somebody has to give a broadcast and I should tell which broadcast to listen to. Okay, that is what I'm going to do it in the main activity. Then I'll come back here. Okay, let me go to main activity. And before even we come into the this one, let me create a global variable. Okay, I'm just initializing this SMS receiver. I'm not instantiating. SMS receiver, that's the same, within the same class it is there, within the same package it is there. Please note that within the same package they are there, so I can directly call SMS receiver. Okay, let me just name it as receiver and initialize it. Please note, I have not instantiated it, I have just initialized it globally. Now it's available globally. All I need to do is an on create. I will instantiate it locally. So receiver is equal to new SMS receiver. Done. Now what happens here is that this object right now is null at this particular moment. But as soon as my activity is initialized or gets created, I'm going to create a new object of SMS receiver, and it's right now having a reference or a pointer to SMS receiver.java. Okay, I hope this is clear. Now what I'm going to do is on create, I'm not going to touch. I'm going to say on resume. As soon as my app is ready, okay, my app is ready to work, I have to register this particular receiver. Okay, when should I register this and all those things, we have not told anything clearly yet. Okay, that will be by next situation. Okay, so what am I supposed to do on resume? I am supposed to register a receiver. In order to register a receiver, please note, I'm just going to type the word, I'll bring it back again. Okay, register receiver. What are the parameters I'm supposed to pass? Just focus on the first one. Two parameters I'm supposed to pass. Number one, object of the broadcast receiver. Number two, intent filter. I believe that by now you have a clear idea of what is intent filter. That is why I kept telling about this, and I kept them in a different class so that all these points come together when we do the full program. So right now receiver I've already created in this code, so I'm putting that here. Second one is an object of intent filter class, but I don't have it right now. So in the last class, in the broadcast receiver demonstration, I created like this new intent filter. Okay, this is one way of writing. But if the code is bigger, I would not prefer you keep it this way. Create the intent filter first. So let me create an object of intent filter. Let me name it as filter is equal to new intent filter. Okay, but what are the things I'm supposed to pass? Okay, so let me just see what are the parameters expected. Okay, so what are the constructor objects? Either you can create without any parameter and then add the filters one by one, or you can just pass the action. Please note, intent filter requires action, just like how we did yesterday for the share activity. Please note, intent filter, we have told what action. Okay, so if you find a specific action, call this particular intent filter, which is connected to that particular component. Okay, so let me come back here to main activity, and here I am going to call telephony, because the one which we are going to look for is not something which the user created. Okay, SMS is not something, or SMS or call is not something which is there in smartphones alone. Please remember this, guys. Okay, SMS and call, these things are there in the basic phone also. When I say basic phone, not the landline phone, I'm talking about mobile phone in the sense, basically the advantage here is calling and SMS without any wires. Okay, that's all is the idea. So that feature, the calling and SMS is given through a SIM card to you, right? So that is called telephony. It is not considered as Android. It is not specific to Android. Okay, with that SIM card, if I put it in Android phone or an old Nokia phone or an Apple phone, my work is call and SMS. But the features which the operating system offers will be different. But the keyword here is telephony. In telephone, which one? Call or SMS or MMS. Okay, so I am going to focus. Please note there are other things also there. Okay, carriers, the carrier ID. This is carrier means your service provider, Airtel or BSNL or like that. Okay, but I'm going to specifically focus on the one which says SMS. Dot. Okay, intents. Okay, please note that it's when an SMS comes, I have to move from there to here. So when I have this action of moving, obviously I call intents, and I'm looking for SMS received action. This is the action I'm looking for. Okay, so what am I supposed to pass in the intent filter? I'm supposed to pass, you can see what am I supposed to pass. Okay, I just showed you before, but anyway, you can see that the one which I'm supposed to pass is string action. Okay, so why is this? It's not a string. No, how it is looking like a variable. Why is it a string? It's very simple. Just put that SMS and you see that what is the data type? It is string. And why is it full caps? Because it is a constant value. It's not decided or determined by you. It's already determined by the system. My work here is done. This is my intent filter. Okay. Now, how do I register the receiver? I'll just say register receiver, the receiver which I've created in this particular program. I'll just call that. Second one, I require the object of intent filter, which I just created. So I can write filter. Okay, so this is the concept, guys. Now, one more thing I wanted to add into this was giving priority. Just an example, most of you would have seen this while you're waiting for that OTP. A fraction of a second before the SMS alert comes to you, number will be already filled. I hope most of you would have seen this, right? Just recollect what you have seen with OTP, guys. When you are waiting for an OTP to come, and when the SMS comes to the phone, before even your SMS app puts a notification to you saying that an SMS has come, the number will be filled in the text box, the OTP text box. How is that possible? Because you have set something called priority. Okay, so I'm going to call this filter and then say set priority. Okay, and you see that there is a number given there within brackets. It is expecting a number. Okay, 1 is the least priority, or 0 or 1. Lesser number, lesser priority. Higher number, higher priority. So if I put 999, what am I trying to tell? Higher priority. Bigger number, more priority. So as soon as an SMS comes to my phone, even before my SMS app has normal priority. It's not like urgent. Call is urgent, but SMS is not an urgent priority. But I am trying to tell that this app wants the SMS as higher priority, so that before even the SMS notification comes to the user, I should be able to understand that the SMS has come. So you can set the priority, or you can leave it also. If you leave this line out, you will get the normal priority. At the same time, you will both will get. Okay, like that. So I've just done this extra. This is not essential, but just an information. Okay. So this is done. This is priority is there in Android, not only Android, it is there in Linux operating system. Same concept has been pulled into Android also. Okay. So anyway, this is done. And when will I stop this receiver? On stop. On stop, I'll just say unregister that same receiver. Which receiver? The one which I created globally. This is why I'm creating it globally, so that I can access it in any method I want. And I'm instantiating in onCreate, because onCreate will be called only once per life cycle of an activity. I hope you understand all the life cycle coming together. Okay, so this is why I'm using it this way. I hope this is clear. Now my code is very simple here. That's all I've written. Now what about the SMS reading and printing and all those things? Where will I do it? Okay, then you can do it in SMS receiver. Please remember that you can do it here, but the problem is you cannot directly call an activity from a receiver, which I'll be doing tomorrow. Today I will just put a toast. Okay, so let me come back to main activity. And sorry, in main activity my work is done. I've registered the receiver, and please note, as soon as this activity is been resumed in resume state, I am going to register the receiver and wait for the SMS to come. And as soon as an SMS is received, okay, receiver will be called. Which receiver will be called? This receiver will be called SMS receiver. And as soon as the SMS receiver is called, which method will be called? On receive will be called. So whatever I write here should be triggered when the SMS comes to my phone. Okay, that's all I'm looking for. So let me just go back and let's write that and just see whether I'm able to receive the SMS first. Okay, not the content. I'll just want to see whether I'm able to predict, or I am able to get that SMS has come. So let me just create a toast. Okay, text I'll put it as SMS. An SMS has been received. SMS has been received. I'll just put a toast. Okay, I'll just change the length from short to long. Okay, that's all. Now, what am I trying to do here is, as soon as an SMS has come to my phone or the emulator, wherever it is, okay, an SMS has come, my app should be able to receive that that broadcast. Okay, right now I've not talked about anything about OTP, guys. I'm just trying to see whether my app is able or capable of recognizing that an SMS has come. That's all. Next step will be to read that SMS, and the following step would be to get only OTP from that SMS. Okay, so let's do step by step. Now let me run the program. I think my work here is done. So let me run the program, and I'll also demonstrate how to use your emulator to emulate calls and SMS now. I've already done with call or SMS, something I've done already before, but I'm going to repeat it again for people who are using emulator. If you are using an actual phone, just ask or take somebody else's phone at your home and then send an SMS to your phone and see whether that the SMS which you just received has been detected by your app. That's all. Okay, now my app is running. Okay, the launch is succeeded. Now at the same time, I'm not using an actual phone. This is actually an emulator. So how do I send SMS to an emulator? Just click on these three dots at the bottom and come to the one which says phone. The tab which says phone. You have two choices here. Okay, you can give a number. You can give your own number or some number here, and you can tell call the device to emulate a call, and you can type some SMS here and click on send message to that emulator from this number. So I'm going to change this number. I'll just put some number here. Okay, some number I have put here, and if I'm going to click on call device, what will happen in my emulator is that, okay, a call from this particular number will be initiated. Okay, you can see that I'm just clicking on call, and then a call is coming from the number which I have typed here. Okay, this is what I think I tried to do in the activity lifecycle class, but I just thought of explaining this once again. So if I tap on it, it should take up the entire screen, which means my current activity has gone to the stop mode. Okay, so a call from this particular number is coming. I can just swipe up to answer and all those things. So I'll just reject that call, and my activities come back again. Now I'm going to send an SMS to this particular phone. Okay, so there already is some messages there, and it is always a sweet read. Let me just click on send message. Okay, so now let me come back. and see if I have received an SMS. Okay, I think my emulator is again started, but anyway, let me see if I've received an SMS. Yes, from this number I have got an SMS. I hope this is clear to you guys. Okay, so this is what how to send an SMS or a call from your emulator to your from the emulator itself, a call or SMS within the emulator itself. Okay, but if you are having an actual phone, this problem is not there. Just ask somebody else who has, or not from your phone to your phone, guys. Okay, you can send it from, I mean, you can do it both the way, but if you have another spare phone at home, your mom's or dad's phone, just take that and then send an SMS to your phone to check whether this works or not. Okay, so anyway, let me just see whether the emulator still works properly. Okay, I don't have hope that it'll work, but anyway, let me just give a try. Because my please note what happens in my emulator is that since I think maybe because of the memory or the system image. Okay, when I click on this, I'm supposed to see the recently used ones. I'm not able to see because the launcher app of the phone has crashed. Okay, so which means I'll not be able to see majority of the, like Explorer has been crashed in your Windows operating system, like that. Okay, so I've not even got a notification that an SMS has come. You can see that because my emulator is not working, and I'm not able to see the home screen. Okay, because something went wrong. So let me just if you get these kind of issues in your emulator, the first thing you should do is to stop the emulator. Okay, and go to AVD manager. This is for people who are having this issue. Okay, I face this a lot of times, especially during class time. After that, I don't face this issue. Okay, but especially during the class time, I get a lot of these problems. Okay, anyway, once that emulator has been shut down, or this entirely gone from your view, click on AVD manager. Okay, Android virtual device manager, and we just need to do something called cold boot. Okay, I'll just show you. This is the emulator which I created. Normally it resumes from its original state, so I'm just going to click on cold boot. What do you mean by cold boot? It's like right now when I clicked on close, it says saving state. So when I open it next time, it'll start, it'll resume from where it stopped. I don't want it. I want a clean restart. Okay, I'm going to just click on cold boot now. So now when the AVD starts, it will forget what happened in the previous one and load everything from the beginning. At that time, there should not be much issues, is what I'm predicting. You can see cold boot requested by the user. Okay. I'm not able to show that in my spare phone because the spare phone does not have a SIM card. So I'll not be able to show you SMS in that phone. That's why I'm using an emulator to explain this. Okay, but anyway, I hope this is clear. Once the system starts, I'll show this demonstration. In the meantime, let me also talk about another component which I need to know before moving to tomorrow's class. Okay, so whatever we have seen so far, all are just building up concepts to put together in one app tomorrow. Okay, so the next one, what I'm after this SMS permission or SMS receiving thing is working, the next step what I'm going to show you is how to create an alert message. Okay, what do you mean by an alert dialog in Android? Okay, most of you would have seen this when you do something, when you are about to exit, are you sure you want to exit? It's like an alert from JavaScript. Okay, but within Android you get that alert dialog. So I'm going to show you how to create alert dialogs with the different ones. I mean different options with that. Okay, a simple alert dialog we will try to do, and tomorrow we'll be utilizing that once again. Okay, like how in WhatsApp, after when you open the first time, you give a number and you click on OK or generate OTP or send OTP. Okay, before even they proceed, they'll show that number once again in an alert dialog to you. Okay, and say, are you sure this is the number? Okay, if you are sure, you can click on proceed. Otherwise, go back and re-enter the proper number. Okay, that dialog I'm going to pull up tomorrow because I'm going to send OTP and receive OTP. Okay, this is what I'm going to do tomorrow's class. So alert dialog is also going to be part of that program. So instead of explaining it that time, today only I'll explain once this particular program is done. Okay, let me see. Right now, I think the emulator is fine. Yeah. All right. So let me come back and open my app, and let me try to send an SMS to this particular emulator. So let me click on more and click on phone. Please note if I'm getting Okay. uh, just see whether I'm getting a toast here. That's all. Okay, let me click on send message. Okay, guys, please try it in your phone, because my emulator again still, I think the UI has crashed. So even SMS notification I'm not getting. So I'm not getting the uh, toast also. Okay, because of the emulator's issue. Please try it in your laptop, in your phone. Okay, try to use an actual phone instead of emulator. I think emulator, I think most of you would not have issues if you have a good configuration. Please try that and let me know if you have any other issues. Okay, so anyway, I'll stop here. Let me just go back to the code. Okay, now let me try to write an alert dialog. Okay, this I'll explain again tomorrow. By the way, what am I expecting here? As soon as an SMS comes to my phone while that activity is launched, I should be able to see a toast when an SMS has been received by the phone. That's all. Okay, but you can see that SMS, it's not come from the emulator to here, so I'm not able to see the toast also. But it is a working code, guys. You can try that in your phone. If it's not working, please contact. Okay. Now let me go to the last part for today. I'll just do a simple, let's say, alert dialog. Okay. How do I do an alert dialog? Since this code is all written, I'll just try to close all these things, and I'll go to the design main activity. I'll just put one button. Okay. I'll just put one button below that label, and let me just try to clear the constraints and apply the constraints once again. Okay, now let me click on the button, and let me name it. It's not essential that if I'm going to use the third method of attaching a listener, but anyway, I'm going to say btn show alert. Okay, I'm going to refactor it, and text of that I'll just say show alert. Okay, so in the button, the text I'll just say show alert. That's all I'm going to do. When you click on this button, I'm going to show you an alert dialog. That's all. If you click on yes, I'm going to put a toast saying that you have clicked on yes. If you clicked on no, I'm going to say you have clicked on no. That's all. Okay, simple program we are going to do. And I am going to create this using not that emulator, the first two methods of attaching a listener, attaching it to the object, attaching it to the class, and then attaching the object to that class. I'm not going to follow that. Rather, I'm going to keep all these things close so that the code does not look too complicated. I'm going to come out and create my own method. I'm going to say, by the way, out in the sense, not from, okay, my emulator suddenly worked, I guess. It's too long. Toast would have gone. Anyway, please try it in your system itself, guys. Okay, so I'll not take this. I'm going to create my own method which says public void. I'm going to say show alert. Okay, my own method name, whatever name you want to give. And here only parameter is you have to pass the object of view. If you remember the third method, what I've explained about attaching a listener. So I've just created a simple method which takes the parameter, doesn't take any return type or doesn't give any return type, but it takes one parameter as the view object. And if I go to the design now and click on the button and look for a property called on click, and if I pull down the drop down here, I'll be able to see that the method which I just created inside main activity, which is show alert. That's all. So now when you click on this button, this particular method will be called. Simple. Okay, and since I don't have much controls, only one control is there, I'll not even check for an if condition. If you click on the button, do something. What am I supposed to do? I'm supposed to show an alert. Okay, please understand what are the parts of an alert dialog. Okay, so an alert dialog normally has a title. Okay, I'll just put all these things and I'll show you in working. A title is there, there is a message, there is an icon, there is a positive button, yes or no, or okay or cancel. Okay, like that, a lot of buttons are there, right? So I have to see if you click on this, what should happen? If you click on that, what should happen? So this is a big lengthy work, but it looks like one component, and we are going to see it as only one small alert dialog. It's very simple in other programming languages. In Android, it looks big, but then we can use a builder. So I'm going to use that word. I'm going to say alert dialog. Okay, I'm going to create an alert dialog. Please remember that. Okay, alert dialog dot builder. Okay, always choose, if you get choice of android.app and android.app compat, Wherever you find, please choose this package called app compat. Reason is it just means that compatible with all other editions also. If you focus on just an app, which means whatever follows your current versions of Android. Okay, keep that in mind. It's just a simpler way of understanding it. Builder. Let me just name the object as builder. It's equal to new alert dialog dot builder. Okay, I'm just creating an object of the builder, but it requires a parameter. Let me see what is the parameter. Okay, what parameter does it require? It requires the context. Where do you want to show this dialog? I want you to show this dialog in this class. Okay, so what should I write here? This current object. I want you to show this alert in this current object. Now, all I need to do is keep adding it's when you see a builder, basically it's just brick by brick, isn't it? So I am going to put parts of the alert dialog together in one shot. I'm going to just say builder dot set title. Okay, what is the title of your alert dialog? I am just going to say the word confirm. I'll bring all these things in the output, guys, but just look at this. Okay, this is one way of writing what I'm writing right now. Okay, then call builder and say set message. Okay, what do you want to show? I'm going to say, are you sure? Okay, like this you can write calling that object builder and keep on adding methods to it. Okay, setting data like title, message, icon, etc, etc. Or there is another way of writing the same thing. Okay, let me just comment this out so that you can see both. I can just call builder and then say set title. Same thing I'm going to write confirm. Okay, instead of putting semicolon, I can press dot once again, which means I'm chaining. I hope you understand. I'm chaining it. Okay, I don't like to write it in one line. So without writing semicolon, bring it to the next line and say dot. You'll get suggestions still. I'm going to say set message. Are you sure? Now please note, both are same. This and this is same. Which one do you prefer? You take that. I'm just showing you this. And I prefer the second method because you need not write the word builder again and again. Now I'll come to the next line. I'll say dot set icon. If you want to set an icon, please note you can pull it from the drawable or you can give a resource ID. If you have a resource ID. So I have a resource. I can say r dot drawable dot. You have a launcher already. Okay, you can call that, or you can also call r dot mipmap dot IC launcher. Okay, whichever you want. You can call them directly icon. That's not compulsory. It's just optional, but I'm just showing all the possible things. Okay, so I have a title, I have a message, I have an icon. Next, what I want to see in that alert dialog is nothing but buttons. Okay, I want OK and cancel or yes, no. Say, are you sure is the question. So what are the two things I want? Yes or no. So if I want yes, I can call that yes as the positive button and the no as the negative button. If I have OK cancel, OK can be determined as the positive button and cancel can be determined as the negative button. I leave it entirely up to you. Okay, so when you are confirming with the user, you can obviously have positive button. Okay, I want you to notice what are the two parameters you're supposed to pass to the setting a positive button. Number one, what text do you want to see? Okay, what text do you want to see on the positive button? And second thing, create an object of the listener so that once you click on that OK or yes or whatever it is, okay, I'm supposed to do something. So let's just look at this. I'm writing within double quotes because it's looking for a character sequence. I'm just going to say yes, I'm sure. I'll just put yes, of course, just to distinguish. Okay, not to just try to put yes and OK and all those things. This is completely up to you. What do you want to put? Okay, come on. What am I supposed to pass second? Listener. Let me just, by the way, it's an object, just like how we wrote the set on click listener. I'm going to type new and press control space. Okay. Again, you can easily find out the interface which I'm supposed to use. It's looking for an interface object there. Okay. I'm not going to create a class because all the classes which are there, I'm just going to press enter. What did I get now? On click of the dialog interface. Okay. So if you clicked on yes or the positive button of that dialog, wherever the cursor is blinking, that code will get executed. So let me call the toast and I'll just say you clicked yes. That's all. I'm going to only show the toast. Okay, just for your understanding. Tomorrow's class, I'll be changing it into a different one. So I want you to understand this better. Okay, so that is positive button. Let's go to the second one. Set negative button. Same logic. Okay, I'm going to put the text. I'm going to say no. Wait. Okay. And second one, I'm going to put new control space dialog interface toast. I'm going to put a toast. I'll say you clicked on no. Okay, that's all I'm going to put. So I'll just make it as long so that it stays for a little bit more time. Okay, that's all. Now I've put parts of this particular thing. When you see this, let me just minimize them. Builder, set title, message, icon, positive button, negative button. Now I can close it, which means semicolon. Now, please note, I have not created an alert dialog. I only created an object of the builder. So now my next step would be to create an alert dialog itself using this builder. Okay, so I'm going to say alert dialog. Let me name it as dialog is equal to, okay, builder dot create. Please note, what will the builder create with all these blocks? He'll create an alert dialog. Done. It's not over yet. Again, you have only created a dialog. You have not told the user to show. So I'm going to just say show. That's it. So if you click on the button which I have put in the design, I am going to create an object of builder in this particular current object. And in that builder, I'm going to set parts of that dialog starting with the title, the message, the icon, the positive button, the negative button. Okay, and there is one more property I just wanted to add that last. Okay, the property is some alert dialogs will not go away till you click on OK or cancel. Remember that. Okay, if you tap anywhere outside, that dialog will go away. Okay, but if you have an alert dialog which is not cancelable, you have to click on yes or you have to click on no. No other choice. You cannot click outside and say no, right now I'll not do anything. Okay, so I'll just say dot set cancelable. Can you see that message here? Okay, is it cancelable? If I say true, it means that if you tap anywhere outside, it will go away. But if I say false, you cannot cancel this dialog unless you give yes or no. So if you want the user to surely give at least one answer, yes or no, then put set cancelable to false. Okay, that's all. Now after that, I'm going to say show the dialog which is created by the builder. That's all. This is the code, guys. Let me just run the program and check whether my alert dialog works properly. Tomorrow's class, I'll be using it for a different purpose, but I just want you to understand how an alert dialog works in Android so that tomorrow it will be easier for us to understand. We will be trying to break that program into small methods so that all the methods together will be put in one shot. I won't write all the code in one block because it will be confusing for us. Okay, but rather we'll try to break it into blocks. Okay, let the activity run. Now, once the activity runs, I want you to simultaneously see the code as well as the one which comes. When you click on this button, I've told call this method called show alert. So let me click on the button. Okay, I'm seeing a small alert dialog. Okay, this is the alert dialog. You see, what is the title of the dialog? Confirm. That's what I've put here. Title of the alert dialog. Number one. Number two, message of the dialog. Are you sure? The same thing which I've put here. Then icon. You see this icon here. This is the apps icon. I just pulled it because I didn't have any other icon to put. Okay, you can normally put that question mark kind of icon or exclamation icon or information icon. I leave it to you. Okay, I've just used whatever is already there in my project. That's why I said r dot. Instead of that, you can also use android.r. User icons. Okay, that you can try. Then I keep two buttons. I think the first three is clear to you. The icon which you see is the set icon. The title is what you see here. This is the message what you see. And then there are two buttons here which says positive button and negative button. Please note, I wrote positive first and negative second, but the system will show it in its own fashion. Okay, so it doesn't matter in which order you write, system will take care of the positive and negative buttons. So here I have no wait, yes of course. Okay, what is yes of course then? It is the positive button. You can see that. If you clicked on yes, of course, okay, positive buttons code will get executed, which means I should be able to see a toast saying you clicked on yes. So let me just try if that works. Yes, you clicked on yes. I got the message. Okay, let me pull that dialog once again up. And now I'm going to say negative button. No wait. I click on that. I said you clicked no. Okay, now let me bring the dialog up again. And I want you to just ignore these two and see the last method which says cancelable. I'm going to click outside the dialog. Please note this. I'm clicking outside the dialog. Nothing is happening because it's not allowing me to do anything else unless you give yes or no. I'm not able to do anything outside the dialog because cancelable, no, it's not cancelable. Okay, which means you have to give any of these choices, yes or no. Okay, let me click on no and then come back and change the code. I'll just say it's cancelable, true, and then run the program once again. What have I done here? When I say cancelable true, it means that you need not answer this question. Okay, which means if I say yes or no, are you sure, yes or no, if you are not going to give an answer, you can just click outside the dialog and the dialog will be cancelled automatically. Okay, so let me just show you right now. The launch has succeeded. Let me click on the button once again. Okay, I am not tapping in no or yes, I'm just tapping outside. You see that it went away because you said cancelable true. Yes, it's cancelable. Okay, I hope this is clear to you guys. This is what is an alert dialog. Okay, so it's not compulsory to keep the icon all the time. It's not compulsory for the title. Okay, it's always compulsory to keep some message because I need to know what am I giving okay for. Okay, so these two I am recommending always you keep title and message. Icon is not so compulsory. Okay, you can delete that icon part. It's not compulsory, to keep it simple. Okay, let me, and always try to keep it, if it is a very important decision you're asking from the user, okay, you always keep the cancelable as false. Okay, like for example, in the first time you're entering the phone number to verify it, okay, to confirm the user, are you sure the number is proper? Okay, do not give the option to cancel it. Let it be there. He has to give yes or no. If he gives yes, then we'll proceed. If he gives no, we'll show back the number to enter once again. Now let me show the dialog here. You see that this is the alert dialog, no icon, only the title, only the message. Okay, this is the confirm dialog, and message is, are you sure you want to do something, or the text you can put it here, and then you have the buttons. That's all. I hope this is clear to you guys. This is alert dialogs in Android. Okay, and tomorrow's class we'll be trying to merge all these concepts what we have seen. So a humble request would be to go through all what we have done so far from broadcast receiver till today's class. Okay, otherwise it will be very difficult to understand tomorrow's lab record program. Okay, so with this I'll stop for today. If you have any questions, please do ask. Otherwise, please do hold on while I mark your attendance.